Welcome to the aniversiery video store. Today we are going to review Godzilla 1985, also known as Godzilla, also known as the Return of Godzilla, but it's mainly known as Godzilla 1985 to us Americans. And so from 1984 for its 35th anniversary, no, we are reviewing the American version because I sadly do not have the Japanese version on DVD or Blu-ray or imported VHS tapes. But in any case, so let's review this. The story is about Godzilla, and after a boat accident, they discovered that Godzilla is returning back. So several of the nations of the world are trying to figure out how to stop Godzilla, but then Godzilla just comes back and starts attacking Japan. That is literally the basic plot of this movie. Like, you literally could describe it in those few sentences that I could say. Hey, but in case. So far, the movie is pretty good for the Americanized version. I do really like the suit acting and special effects. They feel like large and epic. But the Godzilla suit itself, it looks pretty amazing. It actually looks much more scary instead of the previous other films. Godzilla vs. Megalon. But in case. But a few shots, Godzilla kind of looks odd. Like strange. But usually, unless you're directly looking at it, or really paying attention to it, they won't least likely bother you, but in case. The acting so far is pretty good. I do like Raymond Burr's performance. He does take this very seriously. But also, the dubbing for the Americanized version is not really that good. It doesn't really sink in with the dialogue of the original footage. So I will give it 4 out of 5 stars. Now an intermission. And today we are not sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Even though we are not sponsored, I suggest to drink this. It's soft drink because it has saved my life of thirstiness. It has authentic 23 flavors. Authentic blend of 23 flavors, and I suggest you drink it. Yeah. So, Dr. Pepper, we're not sponsored by it, but we want you to drink it. Now, the end of the intermission. No, you didn't got that joke at all. So, let me explain. And so basically, when they Americanized it, when New World Pictures got it, they got a sponsorship by Dr. Pepper, where a $10 million ad campaign. There is product placement in this movie. I could name in 2 different shots. One shot, you see a background of a Dr. Pepper vending machine, and another shot is where you see someone suspensefully drinking Dr. Pepper, like this. So basically, like that. Yeah. Dr. Pepper also released 2 commercials of with Godzilla, and also a skateboard and a t-shirt. I am not joking. Yes. But so, of course, I only own this movie on VHS. Of course, it has the Americanized version. And so far, it comes with its not original plastic wrapping. It came in a VHS box set, but I'm believing that any video rental place just threw away the box itself and sold these separately, because mine sold for $3. Most likely it could be like in the 2000s when everybody's like transferring to DVD, or some later other time. I'm not sure, in case. So yes. There's Godzilla 1985. The cover doesn't really make sense at all. There's Godzilla in the front and Godzilla in the background. But if you had all the tapes itself, it will make an image of Godzilla. I'm not. As you see. Excuse me. Yeah, Dr. Pepper really makes you burp. But the best. This is a direct, I forgot to mention, but this is a direct sequel. So all 14 movies between Godzilla 1954 and Godzilla 1985 don't matter at all. Just watch Godzilla 54, then you watch this one. So yeah. In the back it has a picture of Raymond Burr, as you see here, holding a picture of Godzilla. Actually, you know what's funny? It says here, and I quote, "The great Raymond Burr reprises his role as journalist Steve Martin, once again caught in Godzilla's destructive path." Now, the funny thing is for one thing, Steve Martin is a comedian, and so when they were producing the Americanized version, they didn't use the Raymond Burr's character's first name, because in the American version of the 1904 film released in 1956 called Godzilla King of the Monsters, his name is Steve Martin, the journalist. But when Steve Martin was around during the 70s and 80s and all that, the movie they prefer him as Mr. Martin. So I'm not sure about this VHS tape, if they actually contacted Steve Martin or just made an excuse if they countered this company and say, "Hey, that was the character's name." But in case, also in one shot of the movie, when there is a few 1 to 2 seconds, a shot of the Ghostbusters sign. Yes, that's pretty funny actually if you actually see it. Yeah, but my VHS tape is kind of worn out. In other words, it's recorded on. Actually, I'll tell you what is recorded on. But you could kind of see it, like verbally see it. It's not really a clear picture, but you could still see it. Yeah, but the VHS recording on this tape is not really good, of course. It has like 1 or 2 tracking problems, depending on if your VCR is clean or not, is the tape worn out or not. But when I was looking on the side of the VHS tape, this is the front, of course, on the side itself, is least likely you can see it, but it says T30. So that means, coincidentally, I have a T30 VHS tape. In other words, the same type of tapes they use for this release of the movie. Let me just adjust it. And what recording time could a T30 tape could record? On the same length of 1 hour 30 minutes. Forgot to mention that. EP mode, 1.5 hours on T30. So yeah, if you know your VHS tapes, in other words, the EP mode is like the worst mode. Oh, you could record more on your single tape, but the picture or audio quality will lower down much more. So there's about 3 modes: SP mode, which is 30 minutes, LP mode, which is 1 hour, and EP mode is an hour and a half. So that means the company, or Anchor Bay, RNG Video, and Star Maker use EP mode on the T30 tapes. Yes, I know my tapes. So yeah, overall, it's a good movie. I suggest you get the VHS tapes of Godzilla 1985, because so far they're only available on VHS. But I'm not sure if it's on Laserdisc. I'll tell in the description what is this movie available at, because so far when they re-released the movie on DVD and Blu-ray, they had the Japanese version and not the American US version with Raymond Burr. Let's hope that a company called Mill Creek will release Godzilla, the original Godzilla 1985, and the Raymond Burr Godzilla 1985 on a Blu-ray. Hey, they did it with a monster, so let's hope this could actually get the same treatment. So yeah, that's all the review. Have a nice day, and later on come back to our video store.